I'll take the initiative to introduce the junior senator from Maryland. Chris Van Hollen worked with us for years to pass the ABLE Act when he was a member of the House and a leader in the House. Now he's a senator from Maryland, a great advocate for people with disabilities, Chris Van Hollen.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. And I'm really honored to join with all of you to send a very simple message, as Senator Maggie Hassan just said, that in the United States of America, everybody counts. Nobody should be left behind. We need to make sure every person has a chance to achieve their God-given potential. That helps those individuals, and it helps the entire community and the entire country. And we need to stand up and say that loud and clear. I want to thank Bob Casey, Senator Casey, for all his leadership and advocacy, working with so many people who are gathered here today, passing the ABLE Act most recently, but working together to make sure that everybody in this country has a chance to succeed. And to Senator Hassan and Stabenow, and it is really great, as others have said, to be here with Tom Harkin. Senator Harkin, thank you again for your leadership. And with all of you who are here, on your behalf, on behalf of your children, on behalf of your brothers and sisters, I saw coming in Joyce Lippman, who I've known for over 30 years, working with her and her daughter Elise. And I'm really glad we were just joined by one of my constituents from Tacoma Park. Alec is right here, and he was a little late. I was worried he couldn't make it here to this gathering, because you know what he's been doing? He's been going to talk to all the Senate offices to tell them to make sure we stop the abomination that they're pretending is a health reform bill, when it's a bill that strips access to affordable care to tens of millions of Americans by stripping away Medicaid and other protections, and at the same time provides a huge windfall tax break to the wealthiest people in America. I just want you to think about this. This bill has a $590 billion tax cut. Most of it goes to the very wealthiest in the country. At the same time, they're stripping away protections from Medicaid and very vulnerable people who deserve a chance. Now, I want to tell you about Alex's story, because he was diagnosed with autism at a young age. Many people tried to force his parents to institutionalize him. That's what his parents said no, and with the help of Medicaid, he and his parents were able to benefit from services provided by Medicaid, including therapy sessions and a brain surgery that he needed to survive. This morning, he told me, and I quote, "I would be lost without Medicaid. These services saved me." Alec, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for being here today. I just want you to know that because Medicaid and all of you were there for him, he was able to get his bachelor's degree in political science, a master's degree in disability studies, and now he's advocating with all of you and millions of Americans around the country to make sure that we do not harm and do damage to people on Medicaid. I want to read you something that was tweeted out at 11:30 a.m. on May 7, 2015, and I'm quoting, "I was the first and only potential GOP candidate to state that there will be no cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid." That was tweeted out by the current president of the United States. Mr. President, do not break your word. Do not violate the promises that you made to the American people. Don't tweet one thing and then do another thing. But we do know that this has been the plan, this bill has been the plan of somebody else for a very long time. And that is Speaker Paul Ryan. The Ryan budget has called for almost $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid for a long time. We've all rallied to stop it, but now we face a very clear and present danger because they have someone in the White House who apparently is prepared to violate his earlier pledge and sign that bill. But here's what Paul Ryan said the other day. You may have seen it. He was doing an interview, and he said that he had been thinking about cutting and block granting Medicaid, sending it back to the states. He said, "I've been dreaming of this since you and I were drinking out of a keg." You see that the other day? And the interviewer turned to him and said, "I don't know about you, but back then I wasn't thinking about slashing Medicaid." And the reality is this was a bad idea when Paul Ryan was drinking out of a keg. It's a bad idea today. And we need to say no to TrumpCare, or whatever we want to call it, because it really says Trump doesn't care and Ryan doesn't care. All of us here care. I know the American people care. I know at our core, the people of the United States care about making sure that everybody counts. And we need to make sure that we stop this abomination in the House. And if it makes it here, I look forward to working with Senator Casey and all of you to make sure it never gets out of the United States Senate.
Thank you, Chris. Chris, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Van Hollen. Let's give him a hand. Now,